Alright, this is VJ Franz K. I'm reviewing the MicroBrute from Arturia. It's their latest analog synthesizer. For a reasonable price, a small size, but a big sound. It's great. And I'm going to be drawing your attention here to this MIDI cable. If you don't have a MIDI cable, you probably want to get one, because you can plug in all sorts of things. Drum machines, laptops, other synthesizers, a larger keyboard, whatever you want. In this case, I'm using the Akai XR20, but it could be any drum machine or sequencer that you want. VJ Franz K. We go into it right now. Alright, so here's our setup. We have from the XR20 right to the MicroBrute, MIDI in, and that means with the synth I can play it just like I can play it over here. I can play it over here. My internal sequencer, I've programmed in a pattern, transposed down one octave. You can hear that bass sound. I can adjust. There's all these different types of basses that you can dial up. And of course it's real analog bass like they had back in the good old school days, and also on a lot of new school tracks. How am I getting it to wobble along with the beat? The speed of that? You hear that? Basically, I have plugged the LFO into the filter. Unplug that and you notice it doesn't do that. Then plug it back in. Now if I plug it into the pitch, it almost sounds like a drum machine. So you can kind of get drum machine type of sounds off of this too, if you want. Just by switching around the patch cables. Another thing is, to get that really deep bass sound, you probably want to use the sub oscillator, which is this guy over here. You hear that? For you XR20 users. How do I have it set up to make it work like this? I will show you. I'm going to press System Setup button over here, and then notice it says MIDI channel 1. I have the synthesizer is sending to MIDI channel 1. I have my one-shots, they're sending to MIDI channel 6, so that's going somewhere else. And I have my drums sending to MIDI channel 5, that's going somewhere else. But MIDI channel 1 is going here. And when I select my synth, transpose it up, now I have high-pitched notes. But then I can turn back on my unmute it again, and the drum machine, and this can be any drum machine, you know, any drum machine under the sun. Just send MIDI channel 1 over here. I haven't checked, there's probably a way to change the MIDI channel of the MicroBrute as well, if you want to have some other channel. But it's just handy to have it on 1, that's what I usually do. 1 for the bassline, because it's number 1. This has been VJ Franz K with a special bassline instruction for operating by MIDI with a drum machine or other sequencer. Arturia's MicroBrute, as you can hear. It's got so much bass I can't even hear myself talking. Turn it down a little bit. I've had a great time since it arrived, and pick one up immediately. You will not be sorry. Subscribe for more reviews, news about all the synthesizers and other things. We're going to the NAMM show. That ought to be awesome. Stay tuned. VJ Franz K. Subscribe. Here on YouTube, on SoundCloud, on Twitter, everywhere else. VJ Franz K, that's all one word. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll be back soon.